Hello, it's Mogomar Khanum here, and today I decided to do my full collection video of all of my decks so far. Interestingly, all the decks you see here are 21, my entire collection is for the time being, and they're arranged in chronological order as I had acquired them. All of those decks, you know them very well, but just I wanted to show you, to remind you some of them, how I used some of the decks, why I'm using them. So let's begin with row number one. Deck number one, the Hieronymus Bosch Major Arcana deck. This is my first tarot, and it's strictly for private inquiries, private readings, and family readings. It's my personal deck. Deck number two is the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, familiar to all of you, so not big of a deal, but a classic one. Deck number three is very unusual, because this deck is a photocopy of an original deck, which I have, and this deck actually is made by a friend of mine, who is a very serious clairvoyant and card reader. By the way, perhaps you've noticed I have a lot of readers as friends. As you can see, it's photocopied, but you can definitely see there are some things more. You can see it's an unusual deck, because let's say this card here, the guy who jumps, the jumper, actually is from the Symbol on Tarot Remembrance. So this is a mishmash of at least 10 decks as far as I'm aware, combined into one. The tree here is a Lenormand. Yes, it's a Lenormand symbol. Rider-Waite-Smith symbol, the mice, Lenormand. So this is a conglomeration of a couple of decks. This deck does not have a name. Well, she didn't name these are the backs, by the way. This kind of cardboard. What is the name I have given to this deck is the Heavy Artillery, simply because using this deck actually allows me to see things which are serious. So this is the most serious deck of all which I have. This is for only serious, very serious readings. Visconti Sforza deck number one. I didn't know it's Visconti deck, so this is one of my clients. I use this one primarily for clients. My Runic deck, again, I use it for clients only, and sometimes for me. I use this deck for general readings to see how the energy is going, how it's flowing, so to have an idea of what's going on, to have the gist of the situation. So a very good deck, the Rune deck, Russian deck, St. Petersburg published, so it's a good one. This one, the black one, is my Gypsy Tarot Sibilla della Zingaro, which is next to my Lenormand 78 cards, this one. But the Sibilla deck is a Gypsy deck, very good for romantic inquiries, love, connection with people, communication, so this is a good deck. Lenormand 78 cards deck. It's kind of a universal deck, although there's something interesting. It does have the Lenormand 36 symbology, but also follows the Rider-Waite-Smith tradition and the Lewis Carabao deck. And this deck is kind of an interesting, because you see the margin of two traditions, pure Lenormand and Rider-Waite-Smith. So, good deck. Reality Transurfing Tarot, completely different. It doesn't follow the tarot symbology, so this is a more psychological tarot, so I use it for psychological inquiries. For example, I have a wish and I need to know what I have to do on psychological level, how to organize myself, how to organize the things I have to do in order to make this wish come true. So this is psychological, organizational kind of a deck, so a good one. Row number two is Church of Dargizalev's Tarot, the first ever published tarot in Bulgaria, historic deck, and bilingual Italian and Bulgarian, simplistic deck, based on Lombardy, the area in Italy, the region in Italy style deck. So I use it for clients sometimes. Although my mother loves this deck. This guy here, this little small guy here, is a Ukrainian deck which is with such picture cards, and when two bordering cards form a picture, you read the pictures. So this is an oracle deck, simplistic oracle deck for the lay people. It's a really good starting deck to begin with. Okay. Tarot of Marseille, a photocopy of the 1760 deck, created in Nicolas de Converse, so a classic one, not the mass-produced one, which is the publication after this one from 1761 is the mass-produced Tarot of Marseille, which makes it really popular. Well, this is like a prototype-ish kind of a version, so this is a deck for, it's kind of a prototype deck. Okay. Oh, my biggest cards of all, my Visconti Sforza original deck, photocopy, or this is the adapted version. It turns out that I have 3 Visconti decks, although this is not a purely Visconti deck, but we shall speak about it later. So this guy is my big Visconti. I have a, you know it very well from my review. I use it extremely often. You get a pip deck. I use those two with the runes deck to see how things are going, and also use the Tibetan Oracle hand drawn deck. That's kind of a drawn, but again handmade. I use it for general energetic readings to see how the energy is going and moving. One of my all-time favorites, this is the Simulon Tarot, the Tarot Remembrance. Oh my god, Remembrance. It's an interesting deck because it does not follow the Rider-Waite-Smith tradition. It's a deck for itself. On each corner you have astrology symbols, so you can combine astrology with the symbology which you see on the cards. Very consistent deck. Very consistent deck. I love it. Lenormand 36, I use it extremely often. This guy I use for a broad picture. For example, for general readings with my clients, I use this a lot. So let's say a client says, I want to see how my work life affects my family life, my social life, and my finances, for example. This is the deck. I use it a lot, I love it. Crazy good deck, very, how to say it, very consistent. My 2 Angels decks, which I use together. This guy has words which are in German, and I've translated in Bulgarian. So these are advice angels. For example, you draw a card, you have any questions. These cards here, I call them the minor angels, for clarification, for my own easier usage of the deck. These cards show you what you have to do as an advice. Well, these here are the high or the major angels. They are archangels as well, which say which angels is with you and what is the archetypical message which is correlated and related to the archangel or an angel, which you have to utilize in order to fulfill the advice and to have a greater understanding of the situation. So I use these together. My newest cards are here. 7 cards Oracle deck. It used to be 8. One of them I lost somewhere. I have this deck for many years, but I found it relatively recently. This is my Wizardology Oracle deck from a book. It's kind of a funny deck because you see there are black and white on each card, so you're able to choose how to read a card. So I haven't used this one, but I don't have the impression that it's really consistent. But again, it may not be really consistent, but when it predicts, it's freakish. One of my loves is my Aleister Crowley Thoth Tarot, trimmed of course because I love it that way. One of my favorite decks. Stunning predictions, very consistent I have done with this deck, so I love it. I think I have a review for each of the decks, so if you're interested in this deck, you can watch my review of it. This little baby here is a Tibetan oracle deck, which is created by the Tibetan symbols. You see here the weird symbols are a combination of the Tibetan mantra wisdom, which creates 36 combinations, and each of the symbols, you see, each of the combination means something. So I have written the combination of the symbols, how you pronounce them in Tibetan, the keywords. Very good deck. Very good deck. I need help with this one because I really don't know the name of this deck. It is a definitely Visconti related deck. The symbolism, the background, there's a lot of Visconti in it. Interestingly, it does somehow follow, not really, but it's a pip deck, but it has incorporated some key aspects of the Rider-Waite-Smith tradition. Love it. A gift from a reader. Love this one. This is my last one, the Morgan Tarot. My last video, the complete makeover of it, again from another tarot reader, a gift from me. I'm still trying to get the hang of this deck, so I'm not really kind of used to it. I'm still working with it. We're still trying to get along, I'm still trying to feel the deck, how I can use this deck, because the majority of these decks here have specific purpose in my work with my clients. So this is it, guys, my humble 21 tarot and oracle card collection. Feel free to ask any questions. I'm open for them, and I wish you to be happy, prosperous, and enjoy your life and be in peace.